Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock right now. My name is Marsha Y. I'm about to teach a relaxing stretch class. I am going to be focusing more on restorative things. So we will have a few poses that we will hold a little bit longer. So if you have props at home, that would be great. I suggest if you have a bolster, maybe a few blankets, if you have a belt, if you have blocks, then please get those ready. And of course, your yoga mat. And if you can, please put your yoga mat against the wall because we will use the wall as well, okay? So we're about to get started. Hi, everyone. Before we begin, I do want to let you guys know that next weekend on Sunday, actually it's this coming weekend, July 5th on Sunday, I will be teaching an outdoor event at K11, Jimsatsuei, and it'll be at 5 p.m. I'll be teaching a power yoga class, so come join us. Enjoy the outdoors and do some outdoor yoga with us. It would be really great to see you all. Hi! Wow, from Canada, welcome. Okay, so make sure if you do have props, you grab them right now. Any blocks, bolster, blankets, belt, if you have them. Obviously, if you don't have those things, don't worry. You can still just lay on the floor and do a simple version of whatever pose we're doing, okay? So why don't we get started? I don't know if there's a way to make the, okay, maybe not. Okay, today's not power yoga though. Today's not power yoga. On Sunday at K11, it'll be power yoga. Today, we're going to be doing relaxing stretch, okay? So I'm not sure how we get rid of these comments because this is my first time using the Facebook Live. Well, I hope that the comments won't be in the way and you guys are able to see it. I think if you swipe, you might be able to see it. Anybody know? Anybody know? Anyways, okay. Hopefully you guys can see me because I see that the comments are kind of blocking the way, but I'm not sure how to get rid of them, unfortunately, because this is my first time using this. Anybody know? Does anyone know? Or let's see. No, that's not it. Anyways, okay. Hi, Marsha B. Do you know how to do this? Like, do you see the comments? Are they in the way? Are they in the way? I don't know. Anyways, okay. Hopefully the comments won't be in the way. We'll start our class. Okay, we'll start by sitting. So if you have a block or if you have a blanket, I like to sit on a blanket because it's nice and soft. Then we'll start with doing some centering, some meditation, and some pranayama, okay? Hopefully you guys can see outside of the comments. Okay, let's start. Crossing your shin bones, place your feet directly below your knees in Swastikasana. You can widen your seat. Okay, close your eyes. Just gonna go ahead and turn off the aircon. So closing your eyes, relaxing your feet, relaxing your knees, soften your belly. And then feeling your sit bones on the mat or the block or the blanket. Use that contact with the prop to lengthen your spine, lifting your chest, draw your shoulders back and down. Continuing to inhale and exhale through your nose. Softening your eyes, softening your jaw. Feeling the length in your neck, nice and long. Making sure your shoulders don't slouch forward. You want to draw the shoulders back and down, keeping your chest lifted. Find your breath here. With every inhale and with every exhale, begin to slow down the breath, making each inhale and exhale longer and deeper. Slowly finding your Ujjayi breath. Inhaling for 5 counts. Holding at the top of your breath. And then exhaling for 10 counts. Okay, now we're going to do alternate nose breathing. So you using your right hand, thumb over your right nostril, ring finger over the left nostril to switch the breathing. We're going to start by inhaling through the left side, and then you're going to hold. Then you're going to exhale through the right side. And then again, inhale same side, and then hold, and then exhale through the left side. So we keep switching. So if you're having trouble, you can just watch me if you like. Otherwise, listen to my voice and you can keep your eyes closed as we do this. So take one last inhale, normal breath. Cover your right nostril, exhale through the left side. And we begin, left side, inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale, right side. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale, left side. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale left. Exhale right. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale left. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale right. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale left. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale right. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale left. Release your right hand, placing it on your thighs. Find your natural breath. Keeping that chest lifted, bring your hands to your heart center. Your thumbs at the center of your sternum. Let's begin today's practice with 3 ohms together. Take a deep inhale. Chest. Exhale, bow your head to your heart. We give thanks to this practice, this time, and the space we have today, and for all the teachers who have paved the way before us. Namaste. Okay, everyone, let's cross the other shin in front, okay, in Swastikasana. Then you're going to fold forward, reaching forward, staying on your fingertips if you like. Reaching as forward as you can, but keeping your hips heavy to the mat or the block, whatever you're sitting on. And just relax your feet, relax your hips. Just a gentle stretch. And then walking over to your right side. Feeling the side of your left side, really stretching, keeping the left hip grounded. So don't let your left hip come up. And then walk your hands over to the left side. Same thing. Good, back to center. Slowly come back up. Cross the other shin in front. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? I hope you can see me. Hi, Olivia. Okay, hopefully you guys can see me. If there's any problems and you can't see me, I think if you swipe the comments down or something or up, then you can probably see the picture better. Okay? Is the thumbs up means yes, right? Okay. So we're crossing the right shin in front now, and then we do the same thing, reaching forward. Just keeping your hips nice and heavy onto your mat or your block. And as Mateo says, hi to everyone. Walk over to the right side. Making sure you inhale and exhale through your nose. Slowly softening into the pose. Go to the left side. Come back to center, slowly come up. Reach your right arm up. Place your left hand to the floor and reach over to the side. So get a light stretch along the side of your body. You can bend your left elbow. Back to center, other side. One more time. This time maybe the left elbow will come closer to the floor. And keep your right hip grounded to the floor or to the block or blanket. Good, back to center. Inhale, exhale, maybe the right elbow touches. Mateo is very curious what I'm doing because he's never seen me do this live video before. Okay, inhale, come back up. That's good. Remove your blanket or block if you have them, and then open your knees wide, feet together. We'll do a child's pose here. Reaching your arms forward and just slowly open your hips because this is like you're slowly opening the hips, beginning of class. No need to be aggressive. Sometimes some of you can't sit all the way. So really focus on sitting all the way before you reach forward. Keeping your elbows nice and high. Really focusing on making your arms and your spine longer. Good. Come up, bring your knees together, reach your arms behind you. Again, just relax here. And then slowly come up, lie all the way down on the floor. So I'd like you guys to be against the wall so that your leg is actually pushing into the wall. So when we come into Padmasana, which is a right knee to chest, you're pushing the left leg into the wall. So you feel the left knee becoming more straight and you're really activating the left thigh. But relax the right foot. Relax the foot that the right foot, the one that's coming up. Good, switch sides. Really pushing into the wall with the right side, the right foot, squeezing your right thigh, but then relax your left foot and allow your left leg to come up higher. Not aggressively, just relaxing into the pose. And we do the first side again. Maybe you can go a little bit further, bringing that right knee closer to your right armpit. Keep pushing the left foot into the wall. Don't forget to relax that right foot. And switch again, left side. Push the right foot into the wall. Squeeze your right thigh, relax the left foot, bring the left knee up towards your armpit. Good, both feet to the floor, right foot over your left thigh, thread the needle. So you're catching in front of your left shins. Your left shin, you only have one shin, right? Catching in front of your left shin. Draw the right thigh away from you, bringing the right knee away from you, and then pulling the left shin closer to you. Relax your shoulders. Good, other side. Same thing. Catching your right shin this time. Draw the left thigh away from you. Bring the left knee away from you. Relax your shoulders. So a tendency sometimes I see people, shoulders coming off the floor. Relax your shoulders, bring your shoulders down, and think about the spine extending along the mat. Good. Both knees to your chest. Paschimottanasana. No need to be aggressive. Just a small hug to the chest. Okay, release your legs. Again, you're going to push your legs into the wall. And then grab your belt if you have a belt. If you don't have a belt, you can also use a small towel. Some of you might be flexible enough not to use a belt. Okay, so you're going to loop the belt. Yeah, what's that? I don't want Siri to be on. Okay, so you loop double the belt like that, and then you loop the belt over you. It's still going good. Okay, from here, you push the foot into the belt. Push the left foot into the wall, and then open your leg to the right side. So we're going lateral now. And I'd like the right leg to be more than 90 degrees. So don't let your leg come down here, because the hip will just go out of alignment. We want to keep the left hip down. So the right leg might come up a little bit. Okay? The aim is not to touch the floor. The aim is to keep the left hip down and to bring the right leg either 90 degrees or above, okay? So opening it, sure, if you can touch, go ahead and touch. If you can grab your foot, go ahead, grab your foot. But we want to keep the left leg pushing into the wall, keeping that left hip down to the floor, and you can open your arms wide. Good. Back to center, release, change sides. Again, remembering to push the right foot into the wall, okay, before you open, because we don't want this hip to come up. I want you to drop the right hip down. Okay, wherever you're at, if you catch your foot, you can catch your foot, but make sure this right hip stays down. So even me, sometimes I need to kind of bring the leg up a little bit, ground this side, and then I can open up the leg more. But squeeze your right thigh, pushing your right foot into the wall. You can open your arms. Suped-Up lateral. Good. And back up. Release. Turn, roll to your right, sit up. Okay, let's come to our knees in Vajrasana. You're going to bring the heels together. Bring the knees together, interlace your fingers, palms forward and up. Pushing your palms up towards the ceiling. Draw your belly in, squeeze your arms straight. So a lot of times in class I see this. This is not straight. You want to squeeze your arms straight and push the palms up to the ceiling, touching all your fingers. So don't let the thumbs come apart. Touch all the fingers. Now from there, we're going to turn to the right side. So it's a gentle twist, twisting from the back of your left rib, but keeping the arms by your ears. Don't let the arms come forward. Palms are still going up towards the ceiling. Turn from the back of your left rib. Squeeze the arms straight. Back to center and release. Interlace the other fingers. Palms forward and up, touching all your fingers. Again, push the palms up to the ceiling and squeeze your arms straight. Remember, this is bent, Okay, squeeze the arms straight. I know this is difficult for some of you who work at an office and you're at a computer all day. We want to keep the posture from rounding over. So you need to really stretch your arms up. This will stretch your shoulders and get the flexibility in your shoulders. Okay, inhale, lengthen, turn and twist to the left. So I can see myself in the mirror, so I can see if my arms are coming down or not. You want to keep your arms by your ears, and you're twisting from the back of your right rib. Twist. Squeeze your arms straight. Back to center. And release. Your arms should be tired from that. Okay, so you're going to open your feet up. Roll your calf muscles away from you and sit between your heels. Okay? So you're Chodai Hai Deha. Okay, if you can't sit on the floor, then you can grab, I would prefer a blanket first. If you don't have a blanket, then a block. Okay, or just grab a cushion if you have one around. If you cannot sit all the way down. Okay? Heels are next to your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. Turn your right palm out, and then bring your right arm behind you. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and then catch the fingers. Gomukhasana arms in Virasana. So interlacing the fingers, clasping the fingers. If you cannot clasp the fingers, then you can use the belt or you can use a small towel. Make sure you don't use a huge towel because that's not going to work. You want to use a smaller towel, okay? Really clasp the fingers, relaxing the shoulders. Bring your left elbow up towards the ceiling, not in front of your face. Your neck should be free. Good, slowly release. Inhale, reach your arms up. Left palm out, reach it behind you. Walk your hand up. Inhale, lengthen your right hand and clasp the fingers. Get a good clasp. And if you're catching a belt or if you're using a small towel, that's fine. Make sure you have a really good grip. And then relax your shoulders. Bring the right elbow up towards the ceiling. Make sure your neck is free. Good, slowly release. Roll your shoulders, release your knees, squeeze your knees to release them from that pose. Very good. Come to your knees now. Flex your feet, placing your hands below your shoulders, and we're going to do cat-cow. So keeping the feet flexed, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, arch your spine, look up. Exhale, draw your belly in, look towards your navel. Keeping your arms straight, inhale. So move with your breath. Exhale, draw your belly in. Again, inhale. Exhale. Draw your belly in. Push around your upper back. Inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more round, inhale. Exhale, draw your belly in. And find a neutral spine. Sit back. Come against your wall. Okay, you can grab a belt if you like, or a towel. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So some of you guys, if you guys have like your knees really high, then you can sit on a blanket or a block to make yourself higher. We use the wall to make our spine nice and straight. So if you're really flexible, then you want to go really far against the mirror. And if you're super, super flexible, your hips are really open, you can even use a block behind to open up your chest more, okay? So only for those of you who are more open in the hips. Otherwise, just push your hips back to the wall. Bring your feet as close to you as you can. If you're having difficulty with touching your feet, you grab the towel or the belt around your feet. And you can use that to pull on the belt and lengthen your spine. Make your spine nice and straight. Use the wall, okay? We want to get rid of the rounding of the upper back. Okay, some of you guys have the block behind you, keeping your spine nice and straight. Actively pull on the belt and see if you can bring your knees open wider. Some of you might find this very difficult because it's difficult to keep your spine straight. So the wall is really good for you because it's really a good eye opener. Because sometimes you imagine what you look like, but when you're actually pushed against the wall, you know that's straight. You think in your mind, oh, I'm straight, but actually you're not. Okay, so make sure you push yourself against the wall, keeping your spine nice and straight. We're working on the spine and opening up the hips. Okay, you can release the block, keeping your Baddha Konasana, okay, still against the wall. Use your hands to lightly push the knees open now. Good. From there, we're going to walk forward, okay? So walking forward, no need to be aggressive. The key is to keep our spine nice and straight. So if you go a little bit forward and you're already rounding like this, then just work on keeping your spine straight. If you find that you can go further, keeping your spine straight, then you keep going further, okay? You'll start to feel the hips opening even more. Reach forward. Now sometimes I have a bit of ankle pain, so I would take a small towel underneath my feet. That would make the ankle a little bit released. Relax your thighs, your hips. No need to be aggressive. Don't pull. Just go inch by inch as you start to open. And then inhale, come back up. Okay, we're going to do Suped-Up Baddha Konasana. And I'm going to use some props. Now, if you don't have props, you can just go ahead and do it on the floor. So it's the same pose that we just did, except you're lying on the floor. I usually use a blanket and then a bolster, like this. Okay. I'm also going to take my belt. I'm going to go in this pose. I'm going to take the belt. Okay. I'm going to take the belt around me, like this, all the way. And then I'm going to bring it as low as I can on my hips and loop my feet. Okay. This will help me bring the feet closer. So the belt is facing towards me so that when I pull, it can go tighter. Okay. Now, if you don't have that, don't worry about it. If you don't have it, you just lay on the floor with your feet. You can even reach your hands and grab your ankles if you like. Otherwise, just lay back and relax. You can also have a little pillow, which I like to do. Okay, we're going to hold this pose for a few minutes. Go ahead and get yourself into the pose, especially if you have the props. This pose is really restorative. It's one of my favorite poses to do when I feel really tired. So you're going to reach your arms over your head, and then you're going to grab your elbows. So I know it's difficult for some of you guys if you don't have the props. You can always use a cushion maybe or a blanket instead of the bolster. It's really nice when you have the lift on your back. It feels a little bit different than being on the floor, but still helpful on the floor. So don't worry if you don't have props. Just allow those knees to drop open. Allow yourself to relax in this pose. your arms over your head, squeeze them straight, and then grab the other elbow on top. Asleep in the pose. You can close your eyes, but keep your mind awake and just relax your body completely. Okay, slowly stretch your arms straight. You can push yourselves up. If you have a belt, remove the belt. Put aside the props. Putting aside your props. Okay, if you have a blanket, the next pose, it would be helpful to have a blanket, but if you don't, then no worries. Okay, either a blanket or a block works as well. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to swing the right leg and bring it into Vajrasana. Okay. And then this hip tends to lift up. The right hip tends to lift up. So what we're going to do is place a blanket underneath the left hip. Okay, so we're evened. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach for your foot. If you cannot reach your foot, you can grab a belt and loop it around the foot. Okay. We're working on, instead of rounding over and trying to get our foot to our head to touch our foot, we're working on lengthening the spine. That's why we worked with the wall. I want you to lengthen the spine and keep the rounding of the upper back flat. We don't want the rounding, okay? And almost as if you're arching your lower back, like a upward facing dog, okay? So it's like a concave, there's a concave in the lower back, okay? Reaching yourself forward as if you want to go all the way forward. So I really feel that stretch along my calf muscles. And you really need to squeeze your knees in order to feel that stretch. Pulling yourself forward. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Switching sides. First, release your leg. Squeeze your knees straight. Place the blanket to the other side. Okay, left leg in Vajrasana. Lift your hip up. And then bring your right side onto the blanket or the block. You can use the belt if you like. Inhale to lengthen, okay? Remember, we're squeezing the right knee as straight as possible, almost touching the back of your knee to the floor. I'm really lengthening my spine, so I can almost feel like it's an upward facing dog. Really making the spine nice and straight. Okay? You can touch your feet if you like. If you want to grab your foot, you can. But make sure that knee is straight, okay? Reaching forward. So it's like the goal is to get your belly button to touch your thighs. Yeah. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Okay. So just like our pose before, you can go ahead and use the props. I like to use the props for this pose because we're going to be holding it for a little bit. I'll set the timer again, okay? Suped-Up Vajrasana. So you bring your knees together, open your calf muscles away from you, and sit right in front of the bolster or the blanket. If you're going to lie all the way down on the floor, that's fine as well. Okay, sometimes I also like to take a belt around my thighs. because the knees tend to open up. You can do that if you don't have any knee issues. Okay, we're going to hold this pose for 3 minutes, so make sure you're comfortable. If it's difficult for you to lie all the way back, then you can always just stay on your hands, you know, and whenever you feel tired, come up. We're going to be holding it for quite some time. Otherwise, lie all the way back. If you're lying all the way back, reach your arms up and then grab your elbows. Okay, just like I'm going to do. And when I have the bolster, I also like to have a little pillow on my head. Okay, reaching your arms up, grab your elbows. Now, if you're not lying all the way down, you're sitting on a block, or you're sitting on a block, or sitting on the blanket, then that's fine as well. You can actually use a block as well underneath your shoulder blades if you can't lie all the way back. But this is really comfortable using the bolster. Okay, so if you have bolster, cushion, or blankets, I recommend trying that in this pose because it becomes a restorative pose. So beginning to soften your belly, softening your thighs, and just allowing yourself to relax and slowly release into the pose. Squeeze your arms straight over your head, and then we're going to switch the grip of the elbows. So these two poses, Suped-Up, Baddha Konasana, and Suped-Up, Vajrasana, are really good restorative poses, especially when you use the props. And again, we relax our body in this pose, but keeping the mind awake. You can close your eyes, but remember to keep your mind awake. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. Feeling nice stretches and feeling relaxed. Remember to breathe. Bring your hands to your feet. Use your elbows, come up. If you have a belt, remove the belt. Squeeze your legs. So we really want to squeeze the legs to release it from Vajrasana. You can remove your props. Okay, remove your props out of the way. Let's bring your legs into Baddha Konasana again. Okay, from here, you're going to reach underneath your right foot, and then I like to swing, 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 side to side like a baby. And then you're going to bring your right foot up as high as you can onto that left thigh. Okay, it's actually above. It's like almost at the pelvis. Okay, but we're really turning the foot so it's facing up. Okay, from there, bring this left foot in until it's underneath your right knee. A lot of times your foot is too close inwards. I want you to bring the left foot right underneath the knee. Okay, some of you might look like this, that's fine. Use your hand to gently press down on the leg, okay? And you just hold it there. Now, if you can touch your knee to your leg, your foot, then you can fold forward. Okay, reaching forward, allowing the smushing of your body against the legs to open your thighs more. Your hips more. Okay? Reaching forward. Inhale, come back up. Squeeze those legs. Legs back into Baddha Konasana. Grab underneath your left foot this time, both hands. So we swing it side to side like we're cradling a baby. And you want to bring it up as high as you can, turning the foot up towards the ceiling, okay? And then you bring this right foot in underneath the left knee. Make sure it's right underneath. And those of you who need to take the weight of your hand to push the knee down, you stay up here. If you can press it all the way down, then you lean forward. Good, inhale, come up. Squeeze the knees again. Back to Baddha Konasana. Grab underneath the right foot again. Ardha Padmasana. So you bring the foot so it faces up towards the ceiling. And then again, place that foot underneath. Okay, now those of you who have a full Padmasana, full lotus, you can fold yourself into full lotus if you like, or you stay here in Ardha Padmasana, okay? I'm gonna go into the full one, okay? Inhale, reach your arms up, and then we're gonna twist over to the right. Just a simple twist. Inhale back to center. We twist over to the other side. Making sure you lengthen the spine first, and then you twist over. Good, back to center, release the legs, squeeze the knees. Back to Baddha Konasana. Grab underneath your left foot this time. Cradle, cradle. Bring the foot up as high as you can. Turn your foot up towards the ceiling. Stay in Ardha Padmasana or fold into the full pose, lotus pose, Padmasana. Okay, we do the same thing, just a simple twist. Inhale, exhale, twist over to your right side. So you can use your right hand onto your right thigh if you like. Right fingertips are on the floor behind you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist over to the left side. Good, back to center. And exhale, release your legs. Squeeze your knees again. So we're doing a few hip openings today. You're gonna bring your feet together. Come into double pigeon. So this time you place your right foot on top of that right foot on top of the left knee. And again, the left foot is underneath the right knee. So your shins are right on top of each other, okay? Make sure that this foot doesn't slide down. You wanna bring the foot up higher onto the knee, okay? Again, some of you might be here, that's fine. Take your right hand, gently pressing the right knee down, and if you're really high, you might need to sit on a block or a blanket, okay? So if you're all the way down, then again, you reach forward. This pose is so good to open the hips up. And I find that I can push down on my knees to open the hips more and putting pressure and smushing the knees down to the floor. You can use your chest also to push the knees down. When you're reaching forward, notice how your hips become lighter. We want to keep the hips heavy onto the floor, so don't let the hips come up. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release your legs. Double pigeon, other side, so that means the left leg is on top. Remember to keep that foot right over the knee. Some of you might need to slowly, gently press the hand down and stay there. If you're all the way down, then you can reach forward, okay? Go ahead and do that. I want to see how you guys are doing here. How are you guys doing? Can you see? Is this thing blocking? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit worried about that. Anyways, hopefully it's okay. Please let me know, write down in the comments that you cannot see because of the thing. Okay, I still worry about that. Okay. So you should be in double pigeon with the left leg on top, reaching forward. And then inhale, come back up, release your legs. Okay, squeeze your knees. We're in Dandasana. Now with the legs straight. I saw something moving here. Is it okay? Can you see? It's okay. Great. Okay, I feel much better now. When there's no feedback, you're kind of worried the whole time. Okay, so legs straight. We're going to fold the left leg back, okay? Coming into Janu Shirshasana. So again, we want that foot to face up to the ceiling, okay? Widen your seat. Inhale, reach your arms up, and then grabbing your foot. If you cannot grab your foot, you take the towel or the belt around your foot, okay? Again, today we're working on the concave spine. We're not folding over and trying our best to bring our foot to our head, okay? The whole point is that I want you to find the concave spine. So really lengthening your spine and going over, okay? So your belly button would ultimately touch your thigh first, okay? So pulling yourself forward, squeezing that right leg until the back of your right knee is touching the floor. Can you even look up towards the ceiling? Janu Shirshasana. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Left leg forward, folding the right leg back. Okay, again, make sure that that right foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. You can widen your seat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Reach for your foot. Or take a towel or belt around your foot. Now working on that concave spine, lengthening your spine, squeezing the left thigh, back of the left knee touching the floor. A lot of times I see a lot of lazy poses where the leg is not straight, so you're not feeling the stretch like you should. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, release. Okay, come to the back, the edge of your mat, so that one side is your hips. One side is your hips and one side is the heels. I hope that makes sense, because I don't want you to go too wide. So one side, the hips are touching the edge of the mat. One side, the heels are touching the edge of the mat. We're in Baddha Konasana. Inhale, reach your arms up. Twisting to the right side. Okay, keeping your arms by your ears. Don't drop them down. Reach forward. Now I'm going to squeeze this left thigh so that the left leg is grounded. The feet are pointing up, not folding inwards. Pointing upwards, reach your arms forward. I'm not touching my feet, okay? That's cheating for now. I want your arms by your ears. You think about reaching past your foot, using this left thigh to ground yourself so you can reach further. Reach further. You should feel those muscles really stretching and also squeezing. So there's like a muscle squeezing and also a stretch at the same time. Inhale, come back up. Turn to the left side, same thing. Reach past your foot. Now, the mirror is a bit in my way. Okay? Ground the right side. Ground that right thigh down. Don't let your feet turn inwards. Keep them pointing up and reach past your foot. Reach past your foot. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Okay, we're gonna go forward now. So you can grab your toes if you can, grab your toes. If not, keep your hands on your shins or your knees, just below your knees actually. Lengthen your spine. Again, working on that concave spine. So even if you're super flexible, I don't want you to touch the floor. I can touch the floor too, but I'm not gonna do that because I wanna work the thighs. Work the thighs and see how low you can go. It's much more difficult to not touch the floor for those of you who are bendy. Okay, and if your legs are bent, it's difficult for you to go forward, then you need to sit on a block or a blanket. So not touching the floor all the way, but lengthening the spine. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, release. Okay, bring the knees together. Hug them to your chest, around your spine. How are we doing? Good? Okay, you're gonna take your blanket. Hopefully you have a blanket or a block onto the right side. Okay, from there you sit your right hip onto the blanket. Left foot goes over the right foot. Okay, from there, inhale, reach your arms up. And then you twist to your right. This is a simple twist. If you want to go for the full version, you take your right hand and you grab above your left elbow and you swing the left arm around. Vajrasana, 1. Okay, open the right shoulder, start to straighten the left arm, and then everyone look over the left shoulder. Mong dropping. Very good, back to center and release. That one's one of my favorite ones because it really stretches the shoulders as well. So if you're doing the full pose, then you can feel the stretch in the shoulders. Otherwise, you just feel the twist. Okay, so blanket on the left, hips on the left side, right foot over the left foot, grab above the right elbow, swing the right arm around. Again, if it's the simple version, your arms are just open. Okay, otherwise you grab above your right elbow, swing the right arm around, and then start to straighten the right arm. Open the left chest, and then we look over the right shoulder. Mong yao bi. The more you straighten the right arm, the more you'll feel the stretch in the shoulders. It's a really nice stretch. But as you straighten the right arm, you actually need to open up the left shoulder as well. You'll feel the stretch even more. Good, back to center. And release. Okay. Remove the blanket. So you have two options. One is to follow what I'm going to do, or you go back to the first version that we just did, okay? You're going to bring the right leg into Padmasana, lotus pose. This leg is going to go back into Virasana, okay? So this is the number 2 version of Vajrasana. It's very difficult to pronounce. Okay, you take the right hand around and catch your right foot. Equally so, you can take a belt and wrap it around the foot. That's fine as well. Take the left hand underneath the right knee, and then we twist again to the right, look over the left shoulder. Okay, see how the shape is very similar to the pose that we just did? It's very similar, that's why it's the number 2 of that pose. Look over the left shoulder. Mong jobi. Again, you can feel a nice shoulder stretch when you pull your right arm by pulling your right foot. You know, you kind of counter the right foot from the right hand that's grabbing it, and you can feel that opening of the shoulder. Okay, release. Legs straight out. This time you go Padmasana, left leg. Right leg goes into Virasana. Okay? Left hand grabs the foot, or maybe the towel or belt. Right hand goes up and underneath the knee. We twist over to the left. Open that left shoulder. And then the last thing is to look over the right shoulder. Mong yao bi. And I always feel like this pose is like very pretty. It's like a mermaid. I don't know why. I think that when I do it, I feel like it's very pretty. Maybe it's because you're twisting and looking over to the right side. Good. Slowly release. Release your legs. Release your legs. So now we're coming to one of my favorite poses, which is also a very restorative pose. We need the wall. You're basically just going to bring your legs up. So those of you with no props, you're just going to lay here with the legs up. Okay, arms open. If you have props, I like to use the bolster. Okay, usually it's about a block distance from the wall. And even having a belt is really nice to put around the feet. Okay, so you're going to sit on the bolster. It's a kind of challenge to get into the pose. You need to swing your legs up. Okay, so you'll feel there's a bit of a dropping because of the space between the bolster and the wall. Okay, from there, you can, if you like, you don't have to, you can tie your feet. I should have started the timer. Okay, so go ahead and find that position. I will start the timer. So if you have a belt, what happens is you would tie your feet together pretty tightly so that it stays there and you can just relax. Okay? The goal is to open up your chest, having your chest lifting up and just allowing your hips to drop. This is also a very good pose for circulating the blood in your feet if you're walking all day or wearing heels all day. Sometimes after a long day of walking, you'll find that your feet are swollen, and this can help circulate the blood, allowing yourself to relax. This is a pose I actually do. My husband and I do this right before we sleep every night. Such a good pose. If you have a belt, go ahead and remove the belt. Bend your knees, feet together in Baddha Konasana. You can use your hands to push your knees towards the wall if you like. Just sitting here for a moment. Okay, from Baddha Konasana, I want you to cross your shin bones in front of your right shin over your left in Swastikasana, just like we did in the beginning class. Take your hands and push your knees towards the wall. And then cross the other shin in front, left shin in front, pushing your knees to the wall. Good, and roll to your right, sit up. Hey, we're gonna lay on the floor now, okay? Bend your knees, place your feet to the floor, open your feet as wide as the mat, and then bring your knees together so they're touching. Open your arms, and we'll do a small twist. So you just drop the knees over to the right side. Good, knees back to center, drop them to the left side. It's nothing too aggressive. Just using the weight of your knees to drop over. Back to center. This time you use the weight of the right foot over the left thigh. And then you drop both knees to the right side. Good, both feet to the floor. Left foot over the right knee. And then use that action, the weight of the left foot, to bring both knees to the left side. So it's a little bit more intense than the first round. Okay, back to center. Roll to the right, sit up. Bring your legs forward, Paschimottanasana, so you're going to widen your seat. Again, if you have a very rounded upper back, I want you to sit on something. Okay, you can take your towel or your belt feet. We're going into Paschimottanasana, forward fold with the concave spine. And if you can touch your feet, that's fine as well. Working on the concave spine as if you're doing a back bend. Squeezing your legs straight. Almost drawing your spine forward so you can come forward more. Belly button is the first thing that would touch. Keep squeezing your legs. Don't relax your thighs. Squeeze your legs until your knees are completely straight, pulling your feet back. Bring your chest forward more. Good, inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Roll yourselves down all the way. We'll do one happy baby, grabbing outside of your feet. Open your knees wide. Allow your spine to release to the floor. Relax your shoulders. Tailbone down to the floor. Opening up your hips. They should be nice and open now. Release your feet. Walk your feet, your legs as wide as the mat. Open your palms facing the ceiling. Close your eyes. Shavasana. Staying here for a few minutes. Relax and release your body completely. Softening your eyes, closing your eyes. That is the class for today. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Just a reminder, I will be teaching an event, a Pure Yoga event on Sunday, July 5th at K11 in Jimsadzue. It's an outdoor event at 5 p.m. So hope to see you guys there. It will be a power yoga class, so it'll be a bit stronger than today's class. But I hope you enjoyed this relaxing class. Hi, Morgan. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Hope you enjoy your day. Bye.